Es que mi sillón está más arriba que la mesa ya. Aquí salió otro.
Hi. So we are live, but let me introduce.
Más abajo, mira.
Just one moment. It's gonna be. I'm gonna check actually if we are live. Let me check if we are live.
Vamos a chequear si estamos en vivo. Dame la link para poner.
I think we are. Let me see.
¿Dónde está el link?
On your page. Look on your page. Let me check. Yes, we are. Look. Perfect. So hi.
I don't see nothing.
You go to your page. Go to your Facebook profile.
Oh,
Hi. I tagged you. Hi. Thank you for taking the time to watch it.
No importa,
Let me introduce. While you look on your page. My name is Saras Feijóo. I am the artistic director of Clown-Stepping.
Clown-Stepping, artistic director porque estepamos muy artístico.
Hey, if you haven't heard, I don't know if I will be able to introduce this, but if you haven't heard, write on your diary 28th of April until the 5th of May 2018, which is the first Edinburgh Contemporary Clown Festival. And before, did you froze?
No sé, no lo tengo. Froze.
Okay. So today, as you can see, I'm going to chat with Jeff Johson.
Todavía no está.
¿No está?
No está en mi página. Quizás se puede en mi
Let me see. I'm sure it is. As you can see, maybe we will make this happen. And we will chat, and we will start our chat.
Quizá, quién sabe, por favor.
I know what you need to go. You need to go to tags. Go to tags. Okay. Maybe it's tag, but you need to add it to your timeline. Or go to Clown-Stepping. Go to Clown-Stepping and share it. Share it from there. So, and while you do that, I'm gonna introduce you, Jeff. Okay. So, Jeff is. Go to the page. Go to Clown-Stepping page and share it.
Estoy stepeando.
It's gonna be an interesting conversation. Okay, while you do that, I'm going to introduce you. So, Jeff is a senior consultant and a master clown and philosopher and workshop facilitator. He was one of the leading artists at the Slava Snowshow. He has worked with Cirque du Soleil as a clown-animator, specialized artistic consultant, and special workshop facilitator.
¿Qué significa eso?
Yes.
Nada.
So, Jeff, welcome. Say hello.
Doble. Estamos.
You need to speak in English. You need to speak in English because most of our audience they are English speakers actually.
Oh, well, I will try to put my words here. People are
yes.
Queen's English. But I'm from Texas. I speak God's English. You understand? We don't talk English. We don't talk.
So if maybe we will get into it, but today we are going to talk about contemporary clown as a doorway to creativity. How being present can reveal many things.
Doorway. Mira. What do we want to talk about? Look.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Frozen.
No, I don't. I am not sure. Sometimes you froze, sometimes you don't. Can you see yourself, Jeff, on the page?
Voy a mover, porque no sé. Voy a mover el jardín, porque aquí no sale. Voy a mover. Pero espera, un segundo. Voy a checar la otra lado. No sale. Vamos a ver. Ay, Dios mío, estoy tapado en mi cueva. Vamos a mover.
Oh, okay, you moved.
Vamos a movernos con esto.
So while you walk, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
About myself. My name is Jeff. This is the name they put on the paper when I came out of the vagina of my mama. Very nice name. I liked it. Welcome in. Oh, sorry. Can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Vamos a ver. Aquí enfrente.
I just got, let me check. Jeff, I'm gonna, oh, I know what happened. I cannot do it under my, okay, let's see. So, Jeff, are you still there? Yes?
You don't see me.
Say, okay. So we are talking today about contemporary clown, a doorway to creativity. How being present can reveal many things.
Formal.
I'm not sure if this is gonna work.
Can you see me?
I apologize. 6 minutes. 6 minutes.
You see
and
me?
we haven't talked. Yeah, I can see you.
Oh, well, we're talking about life. You see, life is everywhere.
So it's, you can tell it's very difficult to talk today. So tell us a little bit of how can people use contemporary clown as a doorway to creativity?
Well, first of all, this title, contemporary clown, I don't know exactly what it means to people, but to me, clown can be more than the actor who makes books or juggles or does something in a circus. I think that's one line that is very known. But I think we can also talk about the human aspect that those kind of performances touch in us, which has something to do with empathy and wonderment and surprise and freedom, innocence, playfulness, mindfulness, connection. So in this way, for me, my interest is to explore this aspect of clown that is something I think is universal in the human experience, which is to do with my relationship to my world. Because I look now in this video screen and I see a funny man and I see a funny woman, but we are not literally in the same space. So we don't have this live connection. We have words and we have assumption because we see an image. But in this live experience, we vibrate. And in this vibration, we have a sense of who we are, what we are, in context of everything. So in this way, of course, in any creative experience where we are seeing possibilities or how things connect or how one thing affects another thing, and then we can see more possibility, not just some formula from a book that someone figured out, do this, A plus B is C. We see more possibility. And I think in this new focus of clowning that's focusing on the immediate experience, we are finding that we discover possibility in any situation. And so the two go hand in hand. This stupid experience, what I'd like to call stupid genius, the state of not knowing or not having the label or the explanation for everything, just the immediate experience. And in that, we are nothing but creative. Because if you're hungry and you have a bunch of options in front of you, you put something together, or you try one by one, or you mix, or you don't, or you walk away and starve. But all of those are creative experiences, and each of them reflect you as an individual in that moment, and your choices, and your humor, and your failure, and everything. So for me, they're very much like sisters. They're together very much like this. Están agrupados así, como una trenza. Y la palabra creatividad en español, para lo que sigue en español, crear tu vida, verdad. Ti, vida, verdad, ti, tú. creatividad, ¿verdad? Words don't fail us. So there's lots of information in words and symbols and the world, what we take from it. This reveals who we are and our humor.
I would like if you could. You have a dog there? Is there a dog?
Mira, Kiski, ya ven.
Hey, I would like if you could expand more on this that you said, the stupid genius.
Well, in society, we have this interesting thing. For me, society that we live in, our many societies, there are games, all kind of games. And in the games, we play roles. But too often, we get confused and think, this is my total identity. But when you're not in society, when you're alone, this doesn't exist. You don't have a name, you don't have a gender, you don't have nothing but this. So this idea of stupid or clown or fool, these words are used to be derogatory or to have bad connotations. But stupid is brilliant because it means you don't hold to anything. You don't have limit of ideas or limit of words or symbols or ways of doing things. So a stupid person who can't remember nothing or who doesn't have the information has only immediate experience. So stupid person will see something and eat just this. And if I'm hungry and it reminds me of something I ate yesterday, maybe I eat it. And then maybe I vomit and maybe I die. Oh, and maybe what happened here? So I have some impulse, some empathy, maybe to put this back, I don't know, or to put it back on the ground. I try to put it back. And then when I do that, I notice, look at this poor bird. Like me, he's frozen on the internet. He can't move. I can throw it, try to make it fly, and maybe it crash into a million pieces because we know it's a statue. But if it looked like a bird, maybe I'm stupid. And I think, oh, poor thing, he's not moving. I need to revive him. And then do that, I swallow dirt. Look at this bird, another, look.
So,
look at that. Look, you see, un pájaro. Mira, y tiene fungus.
So basically, this is the difference between when you between being on your own, that you can create, you can become whoever you are in the moment, and you can play with whatever it is next to you, and and the person we become when we are in front of somebody else.
Yeah, but it's the same, because if we stay here, only here, and we lose this, or if this cable is not functioning and there is no movement between the two, tú eres latina, sabe que esa es muy fuerte. For Latin people, this is very strong. So is this, and this cable is very big, and there's a lot of noise. In Anglo cultures, we are living here a lot, and this becomes like a poetic idea, and this is not always connected. We have learned to turn it down. Sometimes it's disconnected, sometimes it's connected, I don't know, there's no one way, but we are programmed to live here and do all decisions first. But imagine, instead of driving with this, we drive with this, and we put this in the passenger seat to give advice. Like in the movie Scent of a Woman, when Al Pacino is blind, he's driving the Ferrari with this one. His student is here and tells him, don't turn now. They work together. But we have become a culture, at least in my country, we drive with this, and we put this one in the cajuela, in the trunk, in the boot, or how you say, I don't know. So we forget how to trust the impulse. And so this is stupid. You're stupid to trust that. You think through. You are not logical. You are intelligent. You are not, as I say in England, I'm dragging them. You are not credible. So,
yes, I guess.
To be credible.
What I have learned is actually that clowns live from trusting their instincts and from living from the heart. Mm-hmm. That's why I love it so much.
I think it's a combination of heart, body, mind, spirit, everything. But if you consider that possibility, then it must mean in relation to everything else. If I live in a vacuum, I have no sense that I exist. I have no affirmation where I am. And for me, this is the first question. The primary question is, where am I? Not who am I? What is it? Not anything conceptual, just where am I in relation to something. I open my eyes, I see something, I hear something with my ear, I taste something with my mouth, I feel something. Emotionally, I feel something. So this whole package, where am I, is the first domino that starts the chain of reactions. And impulse, instinct, empathy, attention, connection, receiving attention. This is what, for me, starts the circuit of interaction and action. Without that, it's just a demonstration of ideas. It's very egocentric. And I think clown can be something else. To me, that's a performer who's showcasing ability, but if it doesn't include the attention of the public or doesn't include the reaction of the world around me, then it's very dead empty. Somehow. It doesn't vibrate, doesn't live.
It's empty, yes.
Somehow, yeah. Can be beautiful also in another way, but I don't like. Ya ven, ya que no come decir. My children.
I really like when when we were talking about your bio, that you are also a philosopher. Oh, look.
It's my mentor, my Yoda.
What's his name or her name?
Her name is Biscuit. Biscuit has one diente. So one tooth.
Oh, yes. So something that I like is that you are also a philosopher. So you call yourself philosopher clown or clown philosopher. I'm not sure how you
other people call me this. I think we're all philosophers, I think, but I use words a lot, and I express myself with words and plays with words, and to make people maybe consider that's fine. I don't care about this title, but I suppose in some sense I'm a scientist, an investigator. I was a kind of scientist before. Whatever. All things point to the same thing for me. When I was an athlete or scientist or investigator or actor, they're all going to the same question. What is all of this? And what is my role inside all of this? And if I deconstruct that and go into detail, I find that my role is in this moment. I can only experience it right now. There is no tomorrow, no yesterday, no 5 minutes from now. Because if you ask me any time, what time is it? This cosa is a mentira, is a lie, because it should just say now. It's the only possibility. If you ask me what time it is ahora, is now. ¿Qué hora es ahora? La hora es ahora. No, in Spanish, it's funny for the words, but what hour is it now? They're almost the same word, ahora, hora. But in English, it's different. So, but there is only now. That's all we can perceive. And we reflect on other now. So to me, it's like one continuous now that never stops, but I can only experience one part of it at a time in this frequency. I can then touch another moment of past or future, maybe, and be in it for a flash, but we haven't found how to stay there. So with another person, when we become really connected in consciousness and experience, in play or in empathy, we feel this bigger now and bigger humanity. I feel their entire story, they feel mine, and we feel the human experience. And then the clown gets us to the space. Sometimes music, sometimes dance. It's usually the most primitive or essential forms of expression that get us there. Very simple painting, very crude dance, very crude music. They get us into this very simple space. So the key word is play, juego. Jeu, it gets us there very quick. But it's not a pretentious performing like, I'm playing like a baby. No, let's go. Oh, you hurt me. Oh, this kind of fake play that I see is very upsetting because it's upsetting. I don't know, it's what it is. But it's honestly not in the moment, I can say. It's blocked.
Yes, it's something, yes. It's something more, as I see it, it's something more like an idea of how things look rather than how things really feel.
Yeah, and that's fine, but a lot of people are afraid or they don't have yet the way to translate feeling, interaction, because there's always some instinct that they have to block it. And this instinct to block this experience creates frustration. They want to let it flow, but sometimes they can't because they have a survival mechanism that says don't. So they manufacture something that resembles what they think the other audience or people want to be happy with. And it's a kind of, I think, a way to survive, a kind of strategy. It's not, but people want to be stupid in this way, to be vulnerable, or to be mindful in this sense of aware of everything. And this is why I think the majority of people who seek clown training, contemporary teachers, are middle-aged. They're after 30, 35. They're not people looking to have a job in a circus. People who try to do that, they go to circus school, So this conversation about clown have expanded a lot in the last decade or so, really in the last 20 years. But in the last decade, since I've been involved, 15 years, it's really gone down some new roads. And it's quite exciting that we can use this doorway of contemporary clowning as a door, as an entry to the human experience and how to live a more una vida más plena, no sé, in English, a more
fulfilled life, more fulfilled life.
Mm-hmm. Actually, because you find that you're so afraid people will judge you if you go in front of an audience and you're just yourself. But in fact, you find it's the safest place you can be because everyone's assembled to love you. They want to love you because they want to see themselves. If you can show yourself as a tortuga, a turtle coming from the shell, they will clap for you, they will laugh, they will cry, they will feel anything because they feel your courage. And maybe they don't like your technique or your choice of presentation, but they want to love you. And when people find the kind of laughter that comes, is not from a joke, it's not from insult, it's from revelation. Revelar de quienes somos. It reveals who we all are. And they want the same courage. So we work together in this, in the performance. We work in a performance as a collective experience, not just a showcase for, look at me, what I can do. This is a bit boring for me. But many people are spectacular in this too. I think but for me, I like this, what do you say, creative experience. So we all somehow touch it. And the way to it is very stupid. The stupidest things get there faster. Because if we try to be smart, someone else is always smarter.
And also, it has more depth. I found it has more depth.
Maybe I think there is no endless depth. I don't, it just maybe it takes us closer to the center in this way. Nos lleva más acerca del centro. But the center is forever. If we think of this forever line. It's forever depth and forever.
Yes, it's infinite.
It's not something that ever can get old or be touched, but we can get in the space of it. And this is why my new piece, I call it open space, because it's really that. Literally go on the stage, just 2 chairs, no plan, nothing prepared, and experience the situation and see what happens. And anything can happen.
I imagine that anything could happen, actually.
Well, this is life, no? Anything can happen in this conversation we have.
Yeah, no.
You try to guide it, but look, I'm and you're laughing. You have this nice board. I have a nice board behind me.
I don't know. Yes, I have a board. And if you are watching this and it makes any sense, just click like.
Detalles. It's nice. You have the telaraña of cosas.
I have a nose. Well, I have many noses.
I have a nose too. Look, my nose.
Yes, me too. So we have been.
Mariposón.
Where?
Dos mariposas que veo dos.
Yes, I like.
Una allá, otro lado está doblado, no sé, doblada. Es mariposa cerca del corazón. Yes. Insectos. You are an insect biologist.
But I have 3 butterflies.
Farfalla. Maybe it's like transformation from this. I don't know.
This is what's happening in clown, I think. You transform into a butterfly because you find the freedom to be who you really are and to find these things that you are saying. It's like you go deep, and then you go from that space. You come out. Showing all of this that you have been sharing with us.
Or the pato feo, the ugly duckling, it looks, everyone judge this. but then it opens into something beautiful. So yeah, I think everything can be quite fantastic, but everything can be quite ugly also. So it's never. I have a phrase that helped me. It's not easy, but it's a phrase that helped me, which is, I hope in performing and in life we can remember how to be witnesses rather than critics and judges. Because in our time we have become the judge of American Idol, the judge of every contest. You can be the judge of every sports event. Everyone's the critic. But how about we just become testigo, ser testigo in lugar de juez, no? Just take it in without needing to explain it, without needing to have make sense to you, and let it contribute to your overall experience. And in time it will make sense, not in a logic way, in a more different way, like a wing of a butterfly has no logic, but it comes from a worm.
In an experiencing way, experiential way.
Well, that's for me is very important, but I include in experiential, I would include the spiritual and the imaginary. You know? I think the clown for me lives somewhere in this space between the dream reality and the physical, what we call the physical reality. Of course, some tribes believe that this is the fake and the dream is the real one. Because here we have conflict and question and doubt, and in the dream everything just flows, without any explanation. But I think it's something in between the space where we can make a bridge and we touch the more complete consciousness. And in this way, it's shamanic, and many cultures, and I have in my blood Lakota, and the Feijóo is very strong with me. These old forms of fools or shamanic fools, I don't know, payaso sagrado, some people prefer to say sacred clown, but this word is not the right word. But there is something about touching consciousness on a spiritual or deeper plane through the absurd and through the illustration of how ridiculous we are when we try to cling to controlling the universe. We cannot. We are part of it, and we flow with it. There is no control, so just relax.
It's true. So in this sense, also clowning is very healing.
Oh, it's very cathartic. When you realize not only for the audience, but also for the person you're giving attention to, but to yourself, the performer or the clown in this moment, experience catharsis also. When it's collective, it's quite magical. I don't know, for each person it's different. I can't speak for everyone, but I can say that in my work I see a lot of cultures, and there are some things that are in every culture. It doesn't depend on morality or language, religion, or anything, ideas. It is just simple human experience. And in this space, we always can touch it.
Yes, also because as you are saying, I can only speak by my experience, but it is my experience that when we really go into the universe of the clown as an audience or as the performer, it's like we go into a journey, together.
Yeah, very much like a dream.
Yeah, it's like a dream, yes.
It just flows. It can be absurd and logical and not logical and emotional and not emotional. I can go on stage and sleep, and people say, "You can't do that. A clown must juggle. You must do something." I don't agree. It's not my thought that I, or the clown, I should say, the clown itself, this figure that we become, that we reveal, that we discover, it doesn't have any job to make someone laugh or anything. It's just being. Of course, we're going to feel many emotions when we encounter it. We're going to laugh. We're going to have many emotions. But he's not there to make laugh or to make it. A bird passes the window. What does a bird do? He makes a song. He flies. He hops. He makes eggs. But in the time he passed the window, he did none of those things. And I say, look at the bird. Well, how do I know it's a bird? He didn't juggle. He didn't do nothing. Well, can't we encounter a clown in this flash where he's doing none of those things but just being? Can we encounter it in a moment of quiet? Yes, absolutely. And the question is where is the frequency? Can you explore your empathy or your deeper connections without going, hey, look at me, I'm funny. Hey, 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 hey. Ooh. Can you let go of this tendency and just be in state of life force, or the anima. You know, this is more deconstructed. But I think it's important we explore that, because in that we can feel truth behind the social mask, or behind the role that people must play to survive in life. I mean, people make stupid choices, or people have jobs they do that make them look horrible. But deep down, the heart is okay, and we're all humans, and we're all the same. So when we touch that, we can save each other from mutual destruction. But it's sad, you know, yeah. People say clown is this only this Halloween costume doing, you know, something.
Yes, this is what I wanted to go next, because this, what you are saying, I also, it's my experience with clowning, and this is what I love clowning so much. But yet people think, oh, clowns, yeah, they have big wigs and and big shoes. And
they could.
Yeah, but this is what they see immediately.
Well, so it's programmed. You know, I tell people we're born like everyone's born like a laptop or an iPhone. This is not the problem. The hardware is not the problem. The problem are the apps that get put into us, the program that people put into us. So then when you have this input, this visual, you say it's this. You must label it. You must, that's that. And then and that does this, this, and this. But if you take this app away and go back to not having any program or explanation and just see it and say, wow, there's some crazy hair. What's going on? You know, simplify your experience and see what happens. And you'll see that is what we have words that describe perfectly. An actor dressed up in a funny costume, making jokes, has that description. We don't need to put another description on it. That description exists. An actor in a funny costume making jokes. So, yeah, if I see a man in a Batman costume in the corner, I don't believe it's the man in my fantasy of Batman. It's someone playing a fantasy of Batman. If I see an actor playing King Lear, I don't believe it's really a king. I think it's an actor playing King Lear. And likewise, if I see an actor dressed as a clown doing clown things, I say it's an actor playing a clown. But many people say, no, he's a clown, because he must train and know those skills, and that's special. Okay, well, a king must have grace and character and all these qualities, and that takes skill, and there are actors who specialize in those kinds of roles. So we would call them kings, and we would call and say, do you have a king? I need to cast a show of Shakespeare. I'm looking for a king. You don't call the palace, you call an agent, or you look for actors. But when you need a clown, you go, do you know any clowns? We have a clown part. You don't look for actors, right? But they are actors, and I'm an actor, and a clown can act. But a clown can also be swimming in a pool or driving a truck with milk in the back, or a friend of mine who every day is posting some clown reality in her life. She burned her foot with a curling iron, or she did this or that. These are all clown realities. So for me, the word is, when people say, what is clown to you? The easy response is, clown is a word. And the word describes many things. So it depends, again, on how you program yourself. It means all of those things, not just one. And someone will be upset, and for many years with me, people have been upset. No, it's wrong. You're telling people wrong. A clown, you're losing tradition. You must play the instrument. You must juggle. You must. Okay, that is one. It's like saying a whale must have black and white spots and must live in the Arctic. No, they're all kind of whales. So they're all kind of clowns. But I agree with you. Yeah.
I got lost there, you know, with the. So what's her name or his name?
Oh, it's a secret. Es el gato de mi esposa, ella no quiere que poner en internet. Ella está arriba, se va a salir.
Ah, okay.
Va a lanzar rayos. Se llama Katrina. Katrina from Mexico, the skeleton Day of the Dead woman with the big hat is called Katrina. And when we encountered her, she was all bones, like really starving. So we called her Katrina. We rescued her from abuse. Both are rescues. So both are very useful and happy to be alive.
Well,
rescue animals are the best.
I'm sure they are very grateful they have a family.
It's amazing how much they love every moment. I watch them, they are teachers really, because every moment they seem exaggerated in their enjoyment of life. It's like they know that they were rescued. animals that are rescued or people that are rescued, they know. It's a profound kind of love they have.
Yes.
They're really, really profound animals, little spirits.
Yeah. So I was reading on your Facebook actually that you have a show coming up very soon.
In Houston, I'll be doing 2 performances of this piece I told you, Open Space.
Yes.
I was lucky enough to do one presentation in December at Main Street Theater, and now in January 21 and 22, Mildred's Umbrella Theater Company has graciously agreed to host 2 more presentations or plays, I don't know how to say. So I'm looking forward to that in a different space. It's the newest of my plays.
And you told me this show was the one that lasts like 4 hours.
Oh, Azar is another show.
Oh,
it's bigger, which I've played in more places in the world. And this can be, the longest was 4 hours, improvising. This is the one with the newspaper and boxes everywhere.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this is creativity in class. Whatever I need, I can make it in the moment with paper and tape. But this show is interesting because the sound and the lights are improvising with me. And I have over time discovered some numbers that are in the show always, and some numbers that I might use sometimes. And I have plenty of materials around me to find other moments. So it grows and evolves, and there is like a 1 hour version, and then there is a totally free version. It has no limits. But the longest it played was 3.5 hours and nearly 4 hours. And once in big theater in Coatzacoalcos, Mexico, and once in the amphitheater in Viareggio in Italy, outside under the stars. We played for over 3 hours.
And it's crazy. Open space. How long does it last?
It's pretty new. I've done in USA and Houston, 2 different venues, and now this will be the 3rd. And in Mexico, I've done it in 3 cities. Usually an hour, between 1 hour and an hour and a half.
Okay.
This is much more interactive with the audience, so it's much more experience-based play. It's not just presentation. I engage the audience. So I'm trying a lot of ideas and details for bringing the audience into the space and letting them play, getting them into a playful space in front of each other and with each other. And it's quite nice, yeah.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Playful space.
Open space, yeah.
Well, you take them in.
And it's very simple because I don't need nothing but my costume and a chair. A few chairs, it's easy. So it's much easier to travel than to build a big stage.
Well, that's true. Yeah. That's true. It's much easier. I have a show. A solo show actually, and I use 2 suitcases, and everything I use in my show. How you say, fits on the suitcases, so it's quite handy.
And do you do it on the stage or in the street or both? Ambos?
On the stage.
Yeah, it's nice when you just bring everything out and make it in the moment. And what I like about my new piece is because for years I worked in the theater, everything had to be precisely practiced, for every detail. If something was out of place, it would really upset me. Now I can play on top of another scenery of another show. It doesn't matter because the philosophical idea is to go into a space, and it is what it is. I don't have any control of it. So, and if I invite light or sound to improvise, they put the lights off. I can do nothing about it. This is the universe I live in. So I cannot be frustrated. I have to go with it. And if it frustrates me, it's funny. So to let go of all of that has been very interesting. Like the suitcase, you pack everything in, you go, you open it, and where's my button? Where's my one thing is missing? Where is it? You remember you forgot to put it back. And you have a moment where it's very funny to watch you panic in this moment.
So basically, on your show, Open Space, you are open to everything. Yes, everything can happen. But for you, what I'm gathering for what you are saying is that because you are in this state that we can call it the state of clown, if you allow me to do that. And this state of freedom are also, and this staying in the moment, it takes us back to the beginning of the conversation when you were saying, what time is it? It's now. And we can access this now only for a little bit. And we cannot access it in the future or in the past. But actually, by listening to what you are saying with your show, what you are doing by being on this stage, it's expanding this now. Yes?
Maybe. I would be curious to sit and watch it. I don't know yet. But I think, yeah, because sometimes, after many years of playing, you open one little possibility and your mind sees 10 roads, 10 ways this can go. So you choose one, you go to the next domino, and you expect, okay, I've had 400 reactions to this moment, similar moment, and all of those are familiar. And you try to get out of this mind, actually, so that nothing comes up and nothing is familiar. It's more, you try to be more in a Zen mind, a blank, where everything is the first time. Yes. It is very hard, because what happens is then start to project or guide, but that's also useful. So something that has helped me is this idea of parallel mind that Stephen Nachmanovich talks about in his book, Free Play, Improvisation in Life and Art. Is a great book, by the way. This idea of parallel mind, so you can put your mind to many tasks and have like 5 or 6 minds, one listening to this, one watching that, one watching that, and then you have this pure blob that can go into instinct and action. And they're all having a dialogue internally somehow. And the other person, the attention, for me is everything. The attention they give, if we can connect really, not just a superficial look, glance, but really connect, we feel this circuit of exchange of information. And the impulse I have is coming from the other and vice versa. And it's very, people say you guide, but I think the key is to find a way to connect on this other level. And then they guide me, I guide them. Sometimes we guide each other. It's like a dance. And to be very present means you're sensitive and not getting lost in trying to force and being frustrated. But so it can become totally illogical, totally indescribable. People say, I don't know what he's doing, but I can't stop watching, right? Look at the woman. She came on the stage and she's lying on her stomach and rolling around like a fish. How is it possible this woman is doing that? We saw her enter. She's very proper. Well, this is interesting. Suddenly she's rolling around like a fish and singing Japanese love songs or something. Amazing things happen. And to be open and complicit to possibility, this is very fundamental to clown. I mean, as you know, to receive the world. You cannot really truly give if you cannot open yourself to receive, yes, because you have nothing to give to. So this is very important. People don't. I'm thinking of giving in a social construct.
Yes. Mm-hmm. This is so beautiful. You cannot be open to give if you are not open to receive.
Yeah, it's like a tube when you suck water from your siphon. You have to first pull it in order for it to come out. So it's like you have to pull the attention of people in order to motivate the transmission of what you want to express. Otherwise, you're just spitting against a wall.
So where is that people can see your show?
This one coming up, you mean?
Yes, or in the future.
Well, I'm always looking. There's a festival to invite me to come and play. Now, I have open space for presenting just in Texas, January 21 and 22. I have a possibility in March in Montreal in August Rendezvous. I will be presenting something. I'm not sure if it's open space or something newer. Nice. I may be touring in Europe with Azar this year. That has not been decided yet.
You told me, that you told me. I'm gonna be connected. Okay.
En español, porque nadie sabe que habla inglés. Dime español.
No. You mentioned you might come to Europe. You told me you might come to Europe.
Well, I've been there so often in the past years. I just got an invitation to Egypt, but to make a workshop, not a show. But I think I'm always looking for opportunity to play. So we did last year. Where did I go? Last year was in Quebec City, in Montreal. We was in
Oh, you are frozen. Oh no, you came back.
With Mexico, we did. So we've done performances last year in Canada, USA, Spain, Italy, Mexico, France. So 2018 is a new year.
Yeah, so maybe we will see you. Maybe we will see you soon. Well, I'm sure people on that side of the world will see you.
People should come in March to L'Agos Rendezvous in Montreal. It's a very nice international symposium, and also to this festival in Edinburgh of April that you're talking about. Sounds very exciting. But I think
yes, people come.
Coming by free will to Edinburgh. If I happen to be in Edinburgh, I'll definitely come. I do have a show in April in Torreon, Mexico, in Cahuila, of Azar. And I don't remember the day, April 21 or something like that. Somewhere in the 20s, maybe.
Yeah, you see, you will be busy.
Also, no, not
you
too
said
busy.
Maybe you go to Germany.
Maybe Poland, maybe Ireland, maybe Edinburgh.
Maybe Edinburgh. Wait, let me show you. Look.
Oh, it's something. Es un lápiz, un plumón. ¿Qué es?
It's a pencil. It's a pencil that's a clown.
But the snowman is a hombre nieve. I love this one. This one's good. The taza is great. I love it.
Oh, how funny. Yeah. Anyway, you're gonna show me something. What are you showing me? Oh.
I got nothing to show.
Anyway, hey Jeff, I don't know if you want to say something to our observers. So people who are, would you like to say last thing to people that are watching us?
To all the observers, this is Observer 3876.
To our observers.
Okay. Observers, please report. Please report. Observer 3850.
Oh, you know, Jeremy is saying hello.
Jeremy.
Do you have a question? If anyone has a question for Jeff.
Why do you talk so much?
Do you want to ask him anything? This is your moment to ask him before we say bye.
No.
Oh my God, this has been it has been very interesting.
Sí. Y el tiempo que pasa es siempre muy interesante. La vida es tan corta, ¿sabes? No vale la pena vivir con así.
So serious.
El culo tan así no vale.
Well, I have been concentrating so that I can follow you. Actually, I have been like, yeah, I need to concentrate to follow what you are saying. So, he has a question. Oh, so Jeremy is asking, what's your favorite dance move? Show us your favorite dance move.
It's called the stillness.
Stillness.
No, Jeremy knows I'm going to do a favorite dance move. I had to put down this one because to demonstrate. This is Jeff dance, mathematics. 1, 1 más 1 lleva 2. 2 más 2 lleva 4. Mira, ahí lo voy a enseñar. Mathematics, no sé si cabe.
Do I need to make any music for you?
Mira, no sé si sale. ¿Puedo ver? ¿O no? Dos.
Click like. If you like it, you must click like.
Todo así. sí. Era mi baile favorito.
Thank you.
My favorite dance was the mathematics. No, I learned math by dancing. So.
Thank you. Anyway, thank you, Jeff. It has been very interesting, and I learned a lot. And I think the way you speak about clowning, it makes my heart big, actually, because I love it. And Jeremy is clapping at you. Yay! Because of your
Jeremy, we still have to meet Jeremy, all the guys, no? With the white makeup and the eyebrow. I remember.
Oh, yes, that's me. Well, I didn't have white.
You were the front. But the guys were behind you with the...
Yes.
I remember the photo of Brian Bernhardt.
Yes.
No, it's very, very nice to meet you, Sara.
Saras.
Un gusto conocerte. Saras. ¿Cómo dice tu apellido? ¿Cómo es?
Sarasa Feijóo.
Sarasa.
It's like this. Sarasa Feijóo. Anyway, because
Feijóo.
Here we are gonna be like 10 minutes just pronouncing my name. Hey,
Sarasa Feijóo.
Yes, Sarasa Feijóo. Ah, he got it.
Sarasa Feijóo. Yo soy el Johson.
Jeff Johson. Hey, I see you all guys in Edinburgh, 28th of April, 5th of May. You want to say bye to people? Bye.
Adiós.